Hello everybody, welcome back to the video. This video we're going to talk about the patch notes that finally dropped for the Stargazer patch, which is happening tomorrow as of uploading this video. Right after the maintenance, all this stuff is going to be going live, so there's a lot to look forward to. I'm going to tell you every single thing that you need to know. There are a lot of changes coming. Some are really good, and some might not be so good depending on how you look at it. So we're going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to let you know everything that you're going to need to know so you're ready for the patch tomorrow. Few things I want to say before we talk about these patch notes and read them is definitely pull up to the live stream. You don't want to miss out when the patch goes live right after maintenance. I will be streaming so you could see everything live in real time. You could ask all the questions you want in real time, and of course join the Discord as well. There's a lot of useful people where you could all help each other out in there. This is a really big patch too, so sit back and relax as you learn all about it from this video. And of course, if you enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe. It's the best way to support me and allow me to continue to keep doing what I'm doing. And I really appreciate you guys for all of that and all the support and everything you've always given me. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing about this is there's the new class Stargazer Estelle. So I'm going to be quick about this section because you guys can expect a whole video just about her, how her class works, what all the skills look like, all that stuff. You could expect that coming pretty soon after she releases when I learn more about her. But long story short, there's an entire section about all of her skills, her skill names, and everything else about her. So I'm going to tell you the key things, the most important things about her so that you have basically just a decent understanding. So first of all, Legion bonus, abnormal status, damage, plus 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, 60%. This is good. This is a very good Legion block. It is a best in slot Legion block. So you're always going to want to use her Legion block. This is not something that you would prioritize to get to level 250 first, but it is a good Legion block, of course. Link skill, buff duration plus 10% and crit damage plus 3%. So this is very good on classes that need a lot of buff duration, like fire poison, for example, where this would be very strong. So I read all of her skills and it doesn't seem like she has support. It doesn't seem like she could give her buffs to other people. It didn't specifically say that you could give it to other people, but we're going to have to test for that in game itself. So instead of the typical Hexa matrix for her 6-drop, she has something called Urda Link, which a lot of it is very similar to the Hexa matrix, but there's other things as well that are involved with it. Now again, stay tuned for a more in-depth video on Urda Link and Sia and stuff like that, but we're going to go over the basics. Long story short, she still has all of the 6-drop skills. She still has her origin skill. She still has Soul Janus. She has masteries, V skill upgrades, all that stuff. She has Hexa stat. Like all of that is the same. The thing that she has over other classes is two things. First of all, she has these things called Shine Stones, which you can feed fraggies into them and you can get bonus stats like bonus boss, attack, damage, and stuff like that. And you could keep upgrading these Shine Stones to get even more passive stats, right? The second thing that she has is she has a system where light shines around a bunch of skills that you can upgrade, and it'll allow you to upgrade those skills without necessarily having to build towards them. So you can kind of pick and choose what you want based off of what the light is gleaning on. But again, as people play Sia more and stuff like that, there's a lot to her that we still have to learn and experience in the game. Now, this is actually very important, Wish Upon a Star. So basically what this is it is a growth event for Stargazer Estelle. So if you create the Sia character, she cannot be burned. I want to make that absolutely clear. She cannot be hyper burned. So you're going to have to actually play her and level her up raw. Now, here's the thing, is they actually give a ton of really good rewards. It's not the same as Mo Shen. Mo Shen's level up rewards were dog compared to this. This one is super juiced. Here's the kicker though. You see here where it says starting reward and then you could get all of these boxes with stuff in it. There's a premium pass that's below that you can pay 25,000 Maple points for, so 25 US dollars, to unlock extra rewards. Now they put a lot, and I mean a lot, of stuff in the premium pass. They basically made it so that it's borderline unplayable unless you buy the premium pass. Like that's how good it is for Sia. And the stuff for the premium pass, most of it is for her only. So it makes leveling her up very easy. So you can get her to 260 just with dailies and all of the event rewards very easily. So first of all, if you get the premium pass, you have a bonus 50% XP rate from training, straight up. You also get a lot of extra resources. You get a title that gives you a ton of stats. You get outfits, you get trait boost potions, coupons, more bossing accessory gear, CRA gear. Now, the thing that makes the premium pass really, really, really good is you get a ton of XP vouchers. I'll show you guys how many XP vouchers you get at the end of this. You get a ton of XP vouchers. The other thing is you get an item burning box that says tradable within world. So you get item burning from buying this pass that you could put on seemingly any character because it says tradable within world. Now, I hope this is not a typo. I hope it's like you can literally put on any character because not everybody's going to want to play Sia. Some people might want to item burn something else. And long story short, what item burning is it gives you a bunch of gear and missions to upgrade the gear. And the gear is actually really, really strong. So it gets you ahead in the game very fast. You also get level 10 arcane symbols with the premium pass, whereas typically you wouldn't get that, and a bunch of XP vouchers. You get a damage skin, and then these rewards repeat themselves. Like you always get a level 10 symbol, more XP vouchers, symbol selectors. You get a ton of nodes. You get a lot of XP vouchers again, Lydium Heart, Abyss Hunter Ring, even more nodes, VIP boosters. You get another title at 240. You get a cute little android, more nodes, symbol selectors, symbols, XP vouchers, XP nodes, golden tomato punch king, fragments, a ton of fragments, and a level 5 sacred symbol Cernium. But a lot of these rewards are from the pass. Now look at this. This is very interesting. So shout out to Blazefire for doing this. He added up all of the XP vouchers that you get. If you don't buy the 25k pass, you'll get 31,898 XP vouchers, which is still a lot. You can still get a good amount of levels from this, but if you get the premium, you get an additional 58,995, and in total you would get 90,893 XP vouchers. Now, what can you do with the 90,000 XP vouchers if you get the pass? So using the XP vouchers, you can go straight from level 200 to level 254, or you can start using them at level 250 and go from level 250 to 258 and then some. So basically what this means is as you're doing dailies on the Sia character, getting XP through Monster Park, getting XP through daily questing and stuff like that, you can use the XP vouchers on her and get to level 260 very, very easily, which I think is really good. Like, it's really good that you could do that. The XP vouchers are only for her, so it's not like you could transfer them elsewhere. So it's only for her, so you might as well use them for her. You might as well get her to at least level 250 for the Legion block if you don't want to play her, or you can use them to get to level 260 so you have a decent boss meal or something that could generate you extra income every week. So they made it very easy to play her. Next thing she has is the premium login event, which you get from getting the premium pass. You get these bonus boxes for just being logged in and playing on her. So the first one is a pet, second one is more XP nodes and stuff, and then fragments and a chair. Now, if you choose to pay an additional 15,000 Maple points, hey, we'll get to it at the end of the video. We'll talk about like them monetizing this shit. You just get a bunch of like fashion rewards. You get like her outfit, her label ring and stuff like that, royal coupons, and a lot of fashion stuff for her. You don't obviously need this. This doesn't really help your progression, but if you're very excited about Sia, then this is what you're going to want because it's going to be her next. So now let's move on to some of the new updates that are coming to the game. Skill sequencing system. Long story short, basically how this works is you can line up all of your buffs in this thing called skill sequence, and you literally just press one button and all your buffs get cast at the exact same time, and you can immediately start bursting right away. So it looks like this. When you press the button, you'll see all your skills activate immediately. So this is like a huge quality of life for so many classes. How many times have you guys had to press like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like manually, just like, and then you die in the middle of buffing? So this is gonna make bursting way faster for every class. So another thing that we got this patch is job skill improvements and bug fixes. Again, I'm gonna leave the patch notes down below and you can read what you want for your own class to see what bugs got fixed for your class. But it's not only just that. Some of the things were more than just bug fixes. Some of them were actual like balance changes for certain classes. Like for example, Dawn Warrior got a pretty decent buff this patch where you get more final damage from Cosmic Orb, critical damage is increased as well, and Cosmos does more damage. Blaze Wizard even got quality of life where you can use your Infernal Spheres faster. Nightwalker got changes as well. Again, read what class you play down below. We can't go through every single thing that every single class got, but just know that a lot of it is quality of life. A lot of it is like slight number tweaks. So be sure to also join your class Discord to see what they think about it as well. One that got changed in particular that's very interesting is Kana's. Kana got a lot of changes to their kit, which I don't know exactly how Kanas are feeling about it. To me, reading this, it seems like Kana's own self damage increased quite a lot, but its support got nerfed basically. Next thing that is being introduced is Cross World Auction House for the interactive worlds. Basically, you're able to sell certain items across different worlds, but I believe there's a fee. So when buying items from other worlds, a service fee of 10% of the item cost will be applied, which I think people do not like this. Like, this definitely sucks because you have to pay a huge ass tax. And I think only certain items can be traded. Not every item can be traded typically. Like, used items, setup, and ETC items cannot be traded. So Crossworld Meso Market as well, so you could have access to more Meso Market pools from different servers as well. Next thing is the Genesis Weapon Awakening changes. So if you want to know more about this, I made an entire video just about this. So I'm going to leave this down below as well on the Genesis Weapon changes. I made a whole video about it, so you could get all the details here. But the gist of it is basically you can liberate without killing Black Mage. You can liberate by just killing a bunch of weekly bosses, and eventually you'll liberate, and liberating your Genesis weapon is faster. If you don't know what liberating your Genesis weapon means, long story short, you get the current best weapon in the game faster. Monster Park improvements. So the main thing to Monster Park that they're doing is instead of it taking like 11 weeks to get the Monster Park medal, it's going to take either 30 daily clears for each section or 3 weeks of Monster Park Extreme. So you could get the Monster Park medal way faster. And if you're already in the progress of doing this quest, it'll retroactively update so you can get it. They also changed Monster Park Extreme so that it's a weekly now, and you get a lot more XP from it. Now, in total, it's less XP than doing it every single day, but it is nice that it's a weekly, and you could do it on 2 characters every single week. So you can level up a side character a lot more effectively now because you could just do Monster Park Extreme on it. Epic Dungeon changes, these are really good as well. Long story short, they made High Mountain much easier to do, and they also fixed the lag on High Mountain. They made it so that not as many mobs spawn in, the mobs give more points. They optimized the code for the visuals and everything like that, which is pretty cool, to be honest with you. And it's nice that we got a dev team comment. We barely ever get these, which is very interesting to me, to be honest with you. Soul Urda conversion. So what is Soul Urda conversion? Soul Urda conversion basically allows you to convert some of the Soul Urda you have into convertible soul energy. So let's say you have a bunch of Soul Urda on your main and you want to unlock masteries on a mule, right? Or a new main. You can transfer some of the Soul Urda to that character to help them unlock their stuff. The other thing you could do with the Soul Urda instead is you can create a Soul Urda Hexa booster. So one big Soul Urda can turn into a Hexa booster. Long story short, it spawns in more mobs in your map and gives you a lot more XP. And these have no limit. You can just keep creating them over and over and over every day. But the booster expires after 24 hours, I believe. So you have to use it right away. But this is so good. Like, this is so good for a lot of bonus XP, and it'll make training rates a lot faster. Now, this is a really good one as well. Auto Harvest Profession System improvements. So we got a custom auto harvest system for our GMS server. The most notable changes of it is now you get notified whenever you're not doing it, or whenever, or how much time is left over. Also, it doesn't take 8 hours to cap. It takes 4 hours to cap. They increased the amount of coins you get, the amount of coins per week as well. And this is a big one, change so that if a character with an auto harvest in progress exit the game, it will automatically resume when that character logs back in. How many times have you guys forgotten to restart it? And another thing that's really good about it too is it'll notify you when it's complete. So like me, I've forgotten to claim these things so many times, but like obviously if you get notified, people will forget less. So it's really, really useful. They also made the quantity of some items different, and they made them cheaper too. So you don't have to spend like 1,000,000 coins just to get barely anything, which is nice. I was expecting them to add quality of life to this because they were probably just testing things for a while to see like what people thought about it. And now they made it a lot better, which is really good. Link skill revamp. This is a huge one. Basically what's changing with link skills is there's no transfer limit anymore, and your link skill setup applies to all of your characters. So you don't have to like constantly change links per character. You don't have to pay mesos to link skill transfer. It's all just across the board, and you can use them as much as you want. So for the quest improvements and changes, the really good one is that you can skip all of the story quests for Arcane River and Grandis across your entire account. So like when Challenger World comes, you don't have to do any of these pre-quests, and you don't even have to view the summary either. You could just skip straight through it and instantly get the symbol. So this is going to save so much time. It's also the same with boss pre-quests. Boss pre-quests, same thing. You don't have to do any pre-quests. Once you do it once, your entire account is good. Even Root Abyss. dailies too. They also made it so that Grandest dailies, Arcane River dailies are way shorter now. So it goes from like 500 mobs to 300 mobs to 100 mobs per region, which is really, really, really good. They made it so that doing the Arcane River weeklies also gives you way more symbols, so it's super worth to do it to level up your symbols faster. And if you're a whale, you can not spend as much money anymore by skipping the weeklies and skipping the dailies. They made it cheaper. So this one is really cool. You guys can expect the whole video just about this, is the Legion placement UI. So they made it so that the Legion solver that a lot of people have been using, this third-party website, is basically built into the game. Lol. So you can figure out your Legion automatically in the game, like within the game, so you don't have to sit there and fiddle around with your pieces. For me, like, I don't know, I got kind of good at fiddling with the pieces, to be honest with you, because I've done it so many times. But yeah, now they made it so much easier. So hopefully we're not going to see as many scuffed Legion boards anymore with like overlapping blocks or anything. They just made it so that it's really, really easy to do. They changed it so that you can have custom medal appearances whenever you want now. And they changed a lot of the UI. So they made like the medal UI look cleaner. The quest UI looks a lot cleaner too. Quest helper looks nicer. Even the quest list, like it tells you what type of quest it is, like a general quest, a weekly quest, guide, main quest, all this stuff. Like this looks nicer too. They made it so that your key bindings can save across your whole account. So you know how you make a new character, you got to redo all your keybinds all over again? You could set like a base saved key bindings and it'll be the same for everyone across your whole account, which is so good, especially for new players or people creating a bunch of characters in a new world. They made it so that you could emote easier. Now this is a big one, map/movement improvements and changes. So they added this portal in every single main town that can take you to anywhere you want, basically, right? So you can use this portal to go anywhere. But what they did is they removed hyper teleport rocks from the game. So if you have one on you, you can still use it, but eventually you're not going to be able to get them anymore. So how are you able to teleport around now? Well, you could teleport around to any map by just double clicking in it on any character. But here's the catch. It has a 5-minute cooldown after you teleport. So let's say you forgot something. You teleport to a map, you forgot something, you need to go back to town, and then you want to teleport back. Well, you can't. There's a 5-minute cooldown. So introducing the premium hyper teleport rock. So basically what this does is you can pay mesos in the heroic world to essentially get the capability of a hyper rock without having to go into the cash shop and buy a hyper rock. You just press the map, open the map, pay the mesos, and then you could just go. Which, I mean, it's so extra, to be honest with you. Like, why can't we just teleport anywhere for free? It's so stupid. But what's cool about this, I guess, is you can stack the duration. So if I spent like 1 billion mesos, I would have like 10-month duration on my character. It doesn't seem to be across the whole account. It seems to be like per character. So you could just like drop the 1 bill early and then like boom, you could just teleport wherever you want and never have to worry about it ever again until 10 months later. World map revamp as well. They just made it look nicer. You could save maps and search things more effectively. And this is the UI for the premium rock. You could just like buy it for like 100 mil and then boom, it just automatically activates and tells you how long you have. So this is an interesting boss/mob improvements and changes. So basically they're introducing a new setting in the party UI called distribution. So there's pickup rights for all, party leader, and distribution. If you choose distribution, what's going to happen is all the loot, except for the really, really good loot, is going to be distributed evenly amongst everyone. So think of like the cubes that drop from a boss. It's just going to get distributed to everyone evenly. But for the higher value items, like pitch boss items, stuff that's shared, like grindstones and all that type of stuff, it's going to roll a number between 1 and 999 for all the people, and whoever gets the highest number in the party gets all the good rewards. And all of the rewards are going to go to a new tab in the storage room called Boss Rewards tab. So you're going to have to get it from there. It doesn't go in your inventory. DirectX 11 support. Long story short, the game should be running smoother, launching faster, stuff like that. Maybe crashing less. I mean, it's just like, finally, bro. Like, okay, DirectX 9, like, what is this fucking the year 2000? Anyways, let's continue. So Morningstar Banquet. This is the main event for the summer event. So you could see there's like a ton of rewards, and the system might look complicated, but I'm going to break it down for you. So the first thing you have to do is the daily feast prep. All you have to do is just check in. So you like press the button 5 times a week, and then you get 3x coupons, morning light skill points, and starlight skill points. Morning light skill point and starlight skill points, these are the points you're going to put into the event buffs. So there's the 2 different types of event buffs. buffs. There's the ones for like the bossing stats and then like the daily bonus XP stats and extra symbols. And then if you want coins for the coin shop, you're going to have to kill 2,000 monsters and you complete the check-in, and then you get memento coins and you could use those for the shop. And if you complete all of the special feast preps, you can obtain one HyperBurninator. And this HyperBurninator, so this is the second HyperBurn, this is a HyperBurn max coupon. So it is going to be the 1+4 with this coupon as well. So the 2,000 mobs, you do it 3 times a week. So a total of 6,000 mobs, and then you'll get all of your coins that you need, and you can open the shops just all within this UI as well and spend on whatever you need. So it gives you a list of all of the items as well. There are some really good items if we look at this. So for example, there's the Luxana coupons. We're going to talk about this a little bit later towards the end of this video, but these are really, really good for XP. There's Soul Urda, advanced XP vouchers, which are strong. Golden Tomato Punch King. These things give a lot of XP, 300 nodes, event ring, mag pots. What's really interesting is we're getting something called a color prism. Let me show you what a color prism is. So basically what a color prism does is that it allows you to change the color, hue, saturation, brightness of certain items. Not every single item, but it allows you to customize some items in the game, which is very, very cool if you're someone like me who loves like customizing his character. These are really nice because you could get a custom look with certain items. So I think these are really cool. You could get an android, 30 XP nodes, 300 flames, black flames, a bunch of XP symbols. Like you just get a lot of stuff essentially. And then once you complete all of it, you'll get a transcendent potion as well, and you'll get the HyperBurninator coupon. When you check in, you're going to get points for these two things. So the top is the event buffs, and then the bottom is event buffs for like questing and other aspects. So the top is like for damage, powering up your character, and the bottom is for other aspects of the game. So what's interesting is they've added sacred power, so you could get more sacred power, and that'll help you one-shot a lot, especially early on into your leveling, because you're not going to have enough sacred power. So you can upgrade your sacred power here and get a lot stronger. And the best ones to put for the bottom is definitely Monster Park Clear XP. It's super important. And then Arcane River Daily Quest and Grandest Daily Quest. These 3 are like the best ones. You just get so much XP, so many more rewards from this too. And you could see how high the stats go up to for both of the event buffs. These are the coin shops, so Memento Coin Exchange. Basically, there's the enhancement tab and growth tab. Definitely look forward to my shop guide. You don't want to miss out on that because I'm going to let you know every single thing that you should actually buy for progression and not just like random bullshit that you don't need. But it has some good stuff. Nodes, strawberry farms, 5 a week, extreme growth potions. These are so huge for Legion. Event rings are really, really good if you don't have them. A fairy heart, extremely valuable as well. Now, Victoria Badge Exchange, this part is for bossing. Basically, you can get 2,000 Victoria badges, so that's like the currency, and then 50 special victory badges per week. So the regular victory badges, you just get them from clearing weekly bosses, and you could see how many you get by clearing different weekly bosses. So for example, if you do normal Saren, you'll get 1850, like you'll get a lot of it, right? And then the special victory badges, these are basically for the juicers, the really strong people. So if you can like solo Extreme Lotus, for example, you'll get 50 of these, which is the max every single week. So these are very valuable because they have their own separate shop. So this is the shop for the regular victory badges where you can get 3x every day. Very, very useful. Again, look forward to the shop guide that I'm going to have, and it tells you exactly what to buy. A lot of symbol selectors, very useful here too. And then the advanced victory badge tab. The best thing is the Karma Abyssal Rebirth Flame. This is huge for all the late to end gamers. These flames are super juiced. Meso shop, never buy anything from the Meso shop. This shit is completely worthless unless you just really love the cosmetics. Story of Servants, so this is another thing that's part of this event. Honestly, this is just kind of like lore or something, and then you just get an item. Morningstar display case, which, I mean, if you care about that, I'm assuming it's something you just put in your house. I don't think it's that important. Banquet's Blessing, so if you were playing previous event that we just had, it's like the paper airplane AFK thing where you just sit in the map and just get a little bit of XP. It's decent for getting characters from like 101 to 120. Rumi's Cleanup is the event activation. So whenever you kill 300 mobs, this thing's going to pop up on your screen, help you clear the map, and give you bonus XP. Now, burning events. So HyperBurning Max. How do you make your character HyperBurning Max? It's simple. You simply just click the character and set it as HyperBurning Max. Or when you create a brand new character, it's going to give you the option like, do you want to make this character HyperBurning Max? And then that's it. HyperBurning Max will give you 5 levels every single time you level up. So it's extremely fast at leveling. And if if you choose to do your HyperBurn max within the Challenger world, you get even more bonus rewards, which I highly recommend you guys should do. I made a whole video explaining why Challenger world is worth it and why you should burn there. Again, I'll have that link down below as well. But basically, the gist of it is HyperBurning max on the Challenger world just gives you way more rewards and allows you to do dailies on whatever main you play on, whether you're on like Chronos or something. And you could also do dailies on the Challenger world at the same time. So I would highly recommend doing it on the Challenger world. And you get a lot of stuff like high level symbols, a ton of nodes, symbol selectors, XP nodes. Very, very useful. Terra Blink. So what's Terra Blink? Basically, it's for newly created level 10 and above that have registered as HyperBurning max. So it's only for newly created burns, brand new characters that are burning. Long story short is you go through a bunch of quests with Spiegelman and you get to level 200 extremely fast. So you get to level 200 from character creation within like 15 minutes. Like it's super fast. Now there's also item burning. Now I'm assuming you can claim the item burning on the Challenger world as well. It doesn't say otherwise. But basically how item burning works is you choose a character that you want to put it on. It doesn't have to be your HyperBurn. I would recommend putting on your HyperBurn because it'll help it progress. And you have missions to kill these bosses and to reach certain levels. And then every single time you complete a mission, the item burning gear that you get, these 8 items will get stronger and stronger and stronger. Now the item burning gear is not permanent. It lasts until November 11th, which is a very long time. You have a ton of time to utilize this gear to get actual good gear. That's the whole point of item burning gear, is it boosts you up in power so that you can start doing these bosses in a party and get actual good gear to drop. And you can see the missions here and what you have to do and what happens to your gear. Like for example, eventually it goes up to 19 stars, which is like pretty good. So now we have Challenger's World as well. Again, link down below is my video about Challenger's World, which also has a lot of information on it. But basically, some really important things you need to know about Challenger World is it's a world that is going to be completely separate. So it's from June 11th to September 24th. So the duration of the world is not as long as the Korean version of the game had it. We got a shorter duration. It's about 15 weeks. And you're going to be on that world and progressing your character. You get a bunch of bonuses for playing on the world and a lot of bonus rewards as well. But make sure that when you create your character, you create it on the right Challenger world. If you want to play on heroic worlds, you have to start on Challenger heroic. Even if you start in like interactive on accident and you delete the characters, it doesn't let you start in heroic. You have to choose the right world. These are the perks you get from playing on Challenger world. So it's a bunch of bonus stats and a bunch of bonus XP. Of course, I'm going to have Challenger world guides that are going to come out while I do it and tell you guys what my plan is and stuff. So look out for that. Also come to the live stream, of course. You could see this all happening in real time. What's really cool about Challenger's World is maps level 216 and below. You can have 10 people in them at a time, and the maps are all instants, meaning you can't kill steal each other. And then in grandest maps, it's up to 8 players at a time. So again, like you can share a lot of maps with a lot of people, which is really good. It also comes with 3 bonus terror burnings as well. So you can get 3 more mules to build up Legion. So this is how the Challenger's World works. You have 3 different missions. You have to kill 1,000 mobs 5 times a day, level up, and kill bosses. If you do all of these things, you will increase your Challenger World rank. And when you increase your rank, you get a bunch of different rewards. Now, I believe these bossing missions in particular, I believe you have to do them in solo mode, and practice mode does count for them. So these are the ranks. You have bronze, silver, gold, emerald, and diamond, and challenger. Every single time you increase your rank by, again, doing bosses, leveling up, doing your dailies, you will get more rewards. So if you reach bronze, you're going to get fragments, soul Urda, fairy heart, for example. You reach silver, you're going to get even more fragments. You're going to get more Urda. Gold, which is a really good one, you get a level 4 ring of your choosing. This ring is only for the Challenger world, so you're not going to be able to like bring the ring of restraint back to your world with you. What most people are trying to achieve is emerald. Emerald is definitely going to be achievable, mostly through dailies. You're probably going to have to grind somewhat and practice some bosses, and you get these ultimate legion growth potions, which get a character to level 200 instantly, which is very, very good. And these only are usable on non-Challenger worlds. Now, if you use Challenger world and transfer to Hyperion, you get more. You get 15 instead of 10, and that's the same for the diamond perk. You get another 15 instead of 10 if you choose to go to Hyperion. Diamond is going to be very hard to hit. Most people won't be able to hit it, in my opinion, but emerald I think is going to be the goal for a lot of people. There's also the Challenger world shop. You get from just completing your dailies, you get a bunch of coins and stuff, and then you can buy like 17 star scrolls. You can buy epic pot scrolls, 3x coupons. So that'll help your progression within the Challenger World as well. Now, Challenger World Leap. This is the big question that everybody was asking. So there's going to be 2 Challenger World Leaps. Basically, what a leap is it's the time frame in which you can transfer your character out of the Challenger World to whatever world you want to play on. So the first leap is going to happen between August 27th to September 23rd. So you're going to be on the Challenger World until at least August 27th. And then the second Challenger World Leap is from September 24th to August 16th. This is for people who forgot to transfer their character, basically, because the event ends in its entirety on September 23rd. So if you forgot, you're going to be put in the leap zone. And then if you forgot even until October 16th, character gets deleted. So the following items will not transfer: items and mesos and cash inventory, auction house, or delivery package. So these are like for interactive world ones, so keep that in mind. I believe items and mesos, like they will transfer on the heroic world though. So there's also the Hyperion World Leap, which I know a lot of you guys didn't like that video, but it is what it is. I mean, I gave my opinion on it. Long story short, you're gonna have the opportunity to go from Kronos to Hyperion on a per character basis if you want. That's what it seems like. Like you just talk to this NPC and then you can transfer your character to Hyperion. Now there is a bunch of stuff that we still don't know. We don't know if your Hexa transfers. We don't know if your Legion blocks, like the specific Abyssal block, for example, or Ride or Die block. We don't know if those are going to transfer too. I really hope so. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody's going to have to be a guinea pig and try it out, to be honest, so we know. Or we need Nexon to give us more comms. Like, come on. We need to know how this exactly works. Next thing they added was Summer's Guide. So this is very good for new players. Basically, what it does is it gives you a bunch of tasks that you can do, similar to the Tanjiro book if you guys were playing back then. So for example, it's like open the event list, quick move, beauty salon, do Monster Park, and then you'll get a bunch of rewards along the way as you level to 260. So it's a bunch of bonus stuff to help new players out. Very, very nice. Luxana coupon. So this is very interesting. And Nexon is taking leaps and bounds in monetizing this game. So Luxana coupon, basically when you use it, you can AFK in this room for 30 minutes and get a bunch of XP. Now, here's the thing though. You can also pay real money to get 24 hours in this room every single week. Now, how much does it cost for 24 hours? It costs 72k Maple points. And because this entire event is like 12 weeks long, if you were to pay the $72 every single week, it's going to be around $850 throughout the entire event to maximize the Luxana to pay to win. What's crazy about this is you can go from level 260 to 275 by being completely AFK in this zone for $850 throughout the entirety of the event. So you can just chuck a mule in there for 24 hours a week and get it to level 275, which to me is crazy. Like, not only is it really expensive, it's also like so OP. Now, to be honest with you, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm taking this chance. But it clearly shows that they are really trying to monetize this game a lot. And they're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing until a point where it's like, man, like this game is dead ass pay to win. This is pay to win, but like, yeah, they're also adding this to the game for this event. So 24 hours per week, you can get a lot of XP on this. I believe somebody also said it's also from level 283 to 285 throughout the whole event. So 2 whole levels in the 280s. That's a lot. That's a lot. And we also have Hit the Road, the continuation of it. So you get all these items at the bottom, XP nodes, frags, and whatnot, right? So what's in this preparation gift box? Oh my God, is it a vac pet? No, it's not a vac pet. It's just a damage skin, chat ring, label ring, and medal. There will be a miracle time that's happening throughout the summer as well. So miracle time means that the chance to tier up is double. So it's really good to get items to legendary. It does not mean that the chance to double prime is also doubled. That is not it. It's only the chance to tier up an item. And you can see the dates here for the following items. Obviously, the most important one is the accessory one on August 9. If you still need Meso drop gear. I wish it was literally all the gear every 2 weeks. Like, it's literally just all the gear every 2 weeks you could do it, but I don't know why they do it like this. And last but not least, there's the Sunny Sundays. This coming weekend is bonus Monster Pack XP and haste, which is super good for training. More runes and the runes are stronger. Same with the following week. And then there's a Shining Star Force on June 29th. I would highly recommend everyone to try and save as many Mesos as possible for this, because Shining Star Force is very good. It's the strong strongest Starforce event in the year, and you could save a ton of money and get a ton of resources, 50% off ability and 5x magso after this as well, and then 30% Starforce to finish this part of the patch. Now, this entire thing is just part 1 of the patch. When we get part 2 of the patch on July 15th, I'll have another patch notes video on that one as well, which there is a lot coming for that too. Now, this as well is very important, Steam Community Market. So it says that the NPC Oswald will be removed after the maintenance. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to lose your items, so you don't have to pull all of your items out. You can retrieve your items and request for a refund through MapleStory Administrator until August 26, 2025. So it says here, if you purchase items from Steam Market or have any items in your Steam inventory after the maintenance, you can retrieve your items and request for a refund through Maple Admin on August 26. Now, I don't know what this means, like on August 26, like I have to get my items back on that day or until that day. I'm assuming it's until that day, because it'd be weird that like we can only get our items back on that one specific day. So that's the patch notes, but I also want to go over real quick the cash up update. Besides the really good hairs and stuff like that, the most important thing is vac pet. The vac pet is for Challenger World only. So they're really making it so that you're super incentivized to get a vac pet on Challenger World, because a lot of people probably wouldn't have bought this because they already have a vac pet. Like for me, for example, I already have vac pets, so why would I buy more? But because they're making it so that vac pets are only on Challenger World only, and you have to stay on the Challenger World until August 27th, it pretty much forces you to buy one on it. So it makes people, you know, spend more essentially. But keep that in mind. Basically, it's like you're really incentivized to play on the Challenger World because it even has vac pet for it too that you can buy. Anyways, let me know what you thought of the patch notes. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. Tried to get this video out as fast as possible for you guys and let you know everything on what to do. Look forward to many more videos that are going to be coming throughout this patch. And of course, come to the stream. The stream is by far the best place where you can learn stuff, ask questions, interact with the community. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, obviously leave a comment down below. Have a wonderful day. Shout out to my members, Blazefire, Shooms, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Koga, Skittles, Dante Victory, CK, J, Kyle, Vampiric X, Fresh and Juicy, Assassin, Henzo, Henrique, and Kelvin. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you everybody who submitted fan art. You can always submit it in the Discord and it'll be put at the end of every video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.